So I just got out of seeing Longlegs, this new movie that's getting a lot of buzz. I didn't see much about it until this past week. I heard some rumblings about it, but then I kind of didn't even look into it. I heard that Nicolas Cage is in it, and I'm kind of like, okay, well, it's got to be more than that because we know how Nicolas Cage's run of films have been the past several years. Some of them are hits. Sometimes you get a good one, but a lot of them are kind of like hit or miss. But he is making a comeback. So I was like, okay, so a lot of people are talking about like you've never seen Nicolas Cage like this though. And this movie just started just getting like the word of mouth out of festivals and everything was just just lighting a fire. And so I looked into this movie and I was okay. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like something I would like. It looks like it's like a FBI, like investigation type movie, kind of like the Zodiac or a lot of people are comparing it to Silence of the Lambs or something like Seven, and I was like, okay, that's right down my alley. Like I love shit like that. I like a good, like murder mystery, and then you got like the serial killer, and it's supposed to be played by Nicolas Cage, and I'm just like, okay. And a lot of the marketing, most of the marketing, has hidden him for good reason. Even whenever they were filming this movie, they even hid his appearance with how do you pronounce her name? Micah Moreau. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. But she was in It Follows, among other movies. This movie's going to take her to other places. She's going to a different level in her career right now, and probably Nicolas Cage is probably going to have a lot more comeback because he chews up every scene that he's in this movie, and just seeing him in this and the way he acts is so menacing and disturbing. It's like you're like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is crazy. He's almost unrecognizable a little bit because he's got prosthetics and just his mannerisms and stuff. But he is giving it his all. And this movie is the synopsis of this movie is: in pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end the terrifying killing spree. And it's directed by Oz Perkins. And I'm not very familiar with Oz Perkins' work, but after this movie, I'm going to go back and see what else he's made. So yeah. But the way this movie's shot, that's another thing I want to talk about, is like that wide lens that they use, kind of like most things are like right in the center of the screen, right? And then it's got like wide openness onto the side, and it just gives you like that almost like feel of like hopelessness and like isolation. And I'm sure that was the directive choice that Oz wanted to go with, and it works perfectly. I mean, like the cinematography in this movie, just some of the shots, you're just like, ooh, you can just feel that unsettledness just by the camera angles. And this movie, it doesn't waste any time. Like as soon as it starts, you're kind of like thrown into this whole weird mystery. You don't really know what to expect, and that's the best way to go into this, is just don't know anything. That's kind of what I went through. And even like the trailer that I saw, it gave away a little bit, but not enough to like not still surprise me. So yeah, go into this not knowing anything. You're going to walk out being like, what the fuck did I just experience? And that's what this movie is. This is like a throwback to like 90s, early 2000s, when we were getting all those like detective type movies with like serial killers and stuff. And just the way this movie kind of like plays out, because Monroe here is like she's got some social awkwardness, and I'm not going to go too much into her past or her character at all, because I think that's part of the story is the journey with her, and it's good. This movie is a movie that you got to go see. I saw this tonight. It's Thursday night. And normally a movie like this, there might be a few people in the theater. Sometimes it's only me. But tonight, I was very surprised to see like this place was packed. And I was like, for a movie that I did not even hear much about until recently, is gotten this type of audience, early, a little early. I mean, I know it's just the night before the release, but that speaks volumes. This movie has like the word of mouth is like it's the most disturbing thing, or it's the best horror movie that you've seen in the decade, you know. And we've heard that before. Every time we get a movie like this, or something that claims to be the most terrifying movie of the decade. It's this, it's that, coming out of festivals. Hereditary, you know, like among others, you know, like Paranormal Activity when it first came out. Like this is another one that they were doing that with. So like sometimes they're good, and sometimes I'm like, no, that's not really scary, and that's not very that disturbing. This movie was over marketed and overhyped, and that's what happens for most of the case. But not with this one. This one's gonna stick with you. I'm not sitting here and saying that this is the scariest movie there ever was. No, I think that people that are hyping this is saying that this is probably mainly disturbing and really great performances. Unsettledness is the word, and you're gonna walk out of this movie being like, "What the hell did I just watch?" And these movies don't come along very often. I thoroughly love this movie. Go see this movie this weekend, because this is such a good movie, especially for horror fans. Even if you're not a horror movie fan, if you're into like crime dramas or anything like that, this is going to be right down your alley as well. It does have some horror elements, and I will talk about that later. I will be doing a spoiler discussion over on my YouTube channel, Destination Station. The link is in the profile of my bio here. So yeah, come by, be a part of the conversation. I want to give y'all enough time to see this and experience for yourself, and then we can discuss it in more detail. But just go see this movie. This was a pleasant surprise. Is it the scariest movie in the last decade? I don't really think so, but it's definitely unsettling, and it's a very good watch. It's good. It's good. It's going to scratch that itch. Go see this shit. I love your faces. I hope to see you over on my YouTube channel. And what'd you think of Longlegs, if you've already seen it or if you saw it before me? So yeah, I'll see you later, or I'll see you another time. I'll be right back.